Well, do I owe Candace Owens an apology? I don't know. I guess we're going to have to kind of dive in to what exactly happened. I didn't watch the show. I ain't gonna lie. I did not watch the show. I still got to watch the show in its full context, but I see why people would say everybody owes Candace an apology because she posted a text chain. So let's get into it. First off, I want to say I hope that you all are having a great day. God bless you. If you're watching right now, you woke up, which means that you already are winning. You got your first blessing of the day. So thank God for that. Yeah. So let's jump into this thing, man. And let's see what's up. What's going on, everybody? I see you. Do what is in your heart, my friend, all day long. Appreciate you, Rose. Ali says, hey, Cash. Hey, all. Kelly says, hello, Cash. Hello, right back to you. Yo, he covers me. What's up, brother? What's going on, Orphan? How you doing? So, I don't know if you guys have been following the whole Candace Owens thing. Now, I said that I was going to be done, and I am doing the whole conspiracy thing. So I'm going to give a different take than I have been given, right? But this isn't even about the kind of take it's going to be. It's about whether or not I owe Candace an apology, because let's be real. If you've been following my page, you've seen me do the Mandis show. I love you right back. You see me do the Candace Owens show. You seen me, do my breakdown of what I thought, giving my thoughts and opinions about everything that's been shared. And yeah, I don't believe anything that Candace has said so far, excluding what was shared today. So I'm going to talk about that. And not to say that I do believe it or I don't. We're just going to get into it and we're going to see. All right. You don't owe Candace anything. I might share the same sentiment. So let's just jump into it. All right. So this is the text chain that everybody is up in arms about that she shared, because, matter of fact, I want you guys to remember something. Candace Owens' claim mutated into Charlie Kirk was bringing her back, right? And 48 hours later, he lost his life. But in this text chain that everybody keeps telling me to go and look at, says, this is what the text says. This is from Charlie Kirk. Says, just lost another huge Jewish donor. 2 million a year because we won't cancel Tucker. I'm thinking of inviting Candace. And that was number one. Then whoever this is says, and Charlie says, Jewish donors play into all the stereotypes. I cannot and will not be bullied like this, leaving me no choice but to leave the pro-Israel cause. So first, my question would be, I don't know. First off, I don't know if these are real, right? I don't know if these are real. Matter of fact, let me keep reading. It says, somebody else says, please don't invite Candace. That might feel good short term, but it's not good long term, in my opinion. Like all groups, you're going to get a wide variety of opinions. That nasty free will thing that God bestowed on us makes life frustrating at times, and whatever else it says, right? Well, here's my thing. I don't claim to know what Charlie was thinking before he lost his life. But I could tell you this, right? I don't think that Charlie would flat out abandon supporting Israel because they wouldn't let Tucker Carlson. They didn't want Tucker Carlson to be on his show. And yeah, I don't understand. Like, I don't get this whole, maybe it's because there's no context, like the whole thread's missing, but I'm kind of lost. We just jumping into a text where it says he lost another Jewish donor, 2 million a year, which, by the way, I got to apologize. I do have to apologize for saying that Charlie Kirk didn't have Jewish donors, right? I'll eat that. And I'll apologize, because if this is real, then, he did have Jewish donors. But yeah, so it says just lost another Jewish donor, 2 million a year because we won't cancel Tucker. I'm thinking of inviting Candace. Right there is a problem for me, because she told us that they were going to be on stage in a reunion, you know, and that it was basically set in stone. But right here, he just says, I'm thinking of inviting Candace, which in my opinion goes against what she's saying, right? And then the person says, and then Charlie says, Jewish donors play into all the stereotypes. I cannot and will not be bullied like this, leaving me no choice but to leave the pro-Israel cause, which I don't understand why that would be said, because this is where my mind went with it, right? Because I'm losing Jewish donors, basically because I'm losing money, I'm not going to support Israel anymore. So that would insinuate that you only were supporting Israel because you were paid, which I don't feel like that's Charlie Kirk. That's just me. I don't think that Charlie Kirk was only supporting it pro-Israel because he was being paid. So I questioned this text, and then I asked ChatGPT, and then I seen already people were asking Grok, how easy is it to create? Because I already know the answer. I could create a fake text literally right now. I did it. I created a fake Truth Social post by Trump, made it look like he was talking about me and shouting me out and all that. And it was great. But you can do this one even more easily. Like I can literally go and create a Telegram or a message thread. I have two phones. I have this phone and I have my old iPhone, and both of them are on. And I can use both of those to create text back and forth to myself, saying whatever I want, save the name so it'll pop up CK. I could do all of that. But the argument would be then, okay, yeah, you could create a fake text, but if you go down that route of saying that these texts are fake, well, then you can simultaneously say that maybe the letter to Bibi Netanyahu is fake. So I don't even want to go down that route because it's pointless, right? But the whole thing is do I owe Candace an apology based off of the text that she just released, which only shows Charlie Kirk. And I think she mentioned a guy named Josh Hammer, who I went and looked at his page, and he hasn't even responded, which again, I know he's not obligated. Josh, if you ever watch this, brother, I don't know who you are. I don't know if you're like some big dude or whatever, but if you ever watch this, I know you're not obligated to reply. And I completely understand why you wouldn't want to, but if you did, it would help clarify some things. just saying. But I don't feel that based off of this, I don't feel that I owe an apology. I'm not. Again, you guys know I'm trying my best, man, to walk this line and bring everything, change up the way that I do what I do. So I don't feel like I owe Candace an apology for the things, that I've called her out on. And in fact, it kind of cements even further in my mind that she's embellishing any information that she may have. Right? Maybe these texts are real. I'm going to go with these texts are real, right? I'll go with that. These texts are real. And if they are real, it does not confirm that Charlie Kirk was bringing you back. It says that he was thinking about bringing you back, not because you're his best friend, because he's maybe angry that he's losing Jewish donors. That's where I'm getting from this. It's not even a for sure that you're coming back. It's just I'm thinking about it because, yeah, why not? They want me to cancel Tucker. They're taking my money away. If that's the case, and for the argument's sake, we'll say that the texts are real. You know what I'm saying? So now I want to go over here and I want to show you guys this. This guy did a good breakdown, and I like it because he's speaking common sense, and that's what I like. Is common sense. He's not a hater of Candace Owens or any of that. And I'm not. Let me just make this clear. I don't hate Candace Owens. I'm not against Candace Owens. It's just I don't understand what the end game is with this. If it was really, and here's my thing, right? And correct me if I'm wrong. She says that Charlie Kirk was her best friend, and that she wants the real killers to be brought to justice, and that there's this big old conspiracy, and she's got all these receipts, but she's sharing receipts by episode, and only under conditions that somebody calls her a liar, or only under conditions that people challenge it. It just doesn't make sense to me. If somebody took my friend out, right, and I got proof, I'm not waiting for nothing. First off, I'm going to the police. I'm blasting it all over social media. I'm tagging the people I'm tagging everybody. Like, look, if that's the case of what really happened and why I got all this, why is this all right here? You see what I'm saying? So that's the thing for me, because it's not, to me, in my opinion, it's not about bringing no killer to justice or justice for Charlie Kirk or anything like that, which I know I'm gonna get scrutinized for this, but I believe what the FBI is saying. Personally, I believe that they got the guy. I believe that a lot of information is gonna come out. I believe that, you know, that kid did it. I believe that. So it doesn't make sense to me what Candace is saying, but I want to go ahead and let this brother talk, and he can explain exactly what I'm trying to say. He said it really good. I just watched it before I came live, and I'm like, oh, I got to share this. So let's pull him up real quick.
Candace Owens shows the receipts. There they are. Charlie Kirk had to say it, which he's been telling us the whole time is true. Or is it? I'm going to break it down from a couple of different angles. I got this sent to me today. I don't watch Candace Owens. I don't dislike her. I think that she's great. I actually think she's very, very talented and an incredible communicator. I don't know why she's going after Turning Point USA when it's being run by Charlie Kirk's widow now, Erica. One would have to think if she and Charlie were still very close, then she and Erica would have been just as close. And had Charlie wanted her to come back, Erica Kirk would still make that happen. Why would she not want to fulfill the prophecy or the wish or the desire of her husband? So let's talk about it. This is the video from the other day where Candace Owens says she's seen a group text, and she explains what she says was in the group text. Was she telling the truth?
I'm going to challenge Turning Point USA executives to issue a very clean statement saying that I am lying if this is not true.
And again, you don't come up with something and say, I've got the information and I challenge them to prove me wrong. That's not the way journalism works. You show the receipts, you show the information you have, but let's just listen in and let's take in what she said.
About 48 hours before Charlie Kirk died, Charlie informed people at Turning Point, as well as Jewish donors and a rabbi, that he had no choice but to abandon the pro-Israel cause outright.
Okay, now she says what she says here, and my claim the other day was, okay, you said it, now show it. Today she claims she showed it. But let's go a little bit further, because she says that Charlie wanted to bring her back. She says the words, wanted to bring me back.
Charlie was done. He said it explicitly, that he refused to be bullied anymore by the Jewish donors. Can you guys answer? Did he express that? Did he also express that he wanted to bring me, Candace Owens, back?
That he wanted to bring me, Candace Owens, back. He wanted to bring me, Candace Owens, back. That means that's something he wanted to do. That's very key in what she released today.
Because he was standing up for himself. And then did he, just 48 hours later, conveniently catch a bullet to the throat before our onstage reunion?
I mean, she makes a correlation there that doesn't make any sense to me. Something about conveniently he catches a bullet before their on-stage reunion. She's making a correlation between him wanting to bring her back and her coming back and him getting a bullet, which I find to be kind of gross.
And that's my thing too, y'all. You know what I'm saying? That's got me like, I don't understand why you would say that. If the thing was, remember, at first it was BB, right? BB had something to do with it. And then the letter, which that came out that she was wrong. You know what I'm saying? And now it's you know, Turning Point USA and all these people. And the thing is, it's like, if what she's saying is true, right? That means the FBI, Erica Kirk, Israel, Turning Point USA, everybody's in on it. Everybody's in on this thing against Charlie. And I seen a comment, somebody asking, if just a question, if she's wrong, why wouldn't Erica tell her to stop? Erica is the CEO of Turning Point, just lost her husband. I'm not even sure if Erica is trying to talk to Candace at this point. I don't know. I'm just here like you guys, right? I don't know, but I wouldn't want to talk to this person. But if I'm a CEO, I would tell my people, yo, tell her, like, ask her to stop, which they have. Turning Point USA has asked multiple times for her to stop. But then she just turns around and says, oh, why do they want me to stop? What are they hiding? You know what I'm saying? It's like, I mean, I don't know, but I don't understand why she would correlate that as if, you know, that's why he got shot, was because he was bringing her back, but doesn't show proof that he was bringing her back. Just thinking of bringing her back. It's like it's kind of messed up. It's kind of narcissistic. You know what I'm saying?
So that's what she said the other day. Now today, she releases what she's calling the actual text message. She's calling it a group message. Now, there is no proof in what she showed today that it's actually a text message or a group message from a bunch of people at Turning Point USA and those connected. It could be, but it might not be. There is no proof in what she shows. But let's do this. Let's say what she's showing is real. Okay, let's go with that. What she's showing is real.
Take a look. So Charlie writes in this group chat, just lost another huge Jewish donor, $2 million a year because we won't cancel Tucker.
Keep in mind, Andrew from Turning Point USA, his executive producer, said that he had lost some big donors because he brought Tucker on. So this is not untrue, what she's saying. Again, I don't know if this is a real group text, but so far that's true.
I'm thinking of inviting Candace. Somebody writes, oh.
Whoa, wait. I'm thinking of inviting Candace?
Right. He
caught
the same thing that I caught. He caught the exact same thing that I caught. Because y'all know I've been paying attention. Like I said, I haven't watched this particular show, but I've been watching every single one of her shows. And she said unequivocally that Charlie was going to bring her back, and they took him out before their reunion. How convenient is what she said. Like that's a stark difference than what's in this text. That's all I'm saying.
To me, like, I want to bring Candace back. That sounds like he's thinking about inviting Candace. Then somebody else allegedly on the group chat doesn't want him to bring Candace back. But he doesn't say, I want to bring Candace back. He says, I'm thinking about inviting Candace. That doesn't mean back into TPUSA. That means to come and speak, which she did in 2024. So that wouldn't be unlikely or weird. That would be okay. But again, keep in mind, what she wanted us to believe was that he really wanted to bring her back. And then conveniently, he caught a bullet 2 days later. You see the difference between, I'm thinking about it, and I want her to, and now he's gone. That's a big leap.
Charlie writes, Jewish donors play into all of the stereotypes. I cannot and will not be bullied like this, leaving me no choice but to leave the pro-Israel cause. And somebody writes, a donor writes, please do not invite Candace. That might feel good short term, but it's not good long term, in my opinion. Like all groups, you're going to get a wide variety of opinions. That nasty free will thing that God bestowed on us makes life frustrating at times after the dust settles a bit, maybe.
So again, Candace somehow making it about her and about her coming back. Do you see what I'm saying? And why I feel it necessary to jump in as somebody who's done journalism extremely successfully. By the way, if you're going to post that Israel paid me, that's defamation. I've never taken a dime from Israel, Netanyahu, any nation state, any leader of a nation, ever, not a dime. And if you say that I did, you're actually slandering me or defaming me. I'm just trying to bring you what I see as fact. I said this before in the video that I did about Candace working in my newsroom. She couldn't because I, as a news director and a managing editor, I really wanted people to tell the truth and report real news. We don't know if that text exchange was real. Let's say it was. He doesn't say what she said he said.
That's my point too. That's what I'm saying. Like, maybe Candace does got some receipts, right? But again, I ain't seen them. That's not, let's look up the definition of a receipt, y'all. The definition of a receipt is proof. Proof. And that's not proof. It's not proof. The same way that Netanyahu's letter, it's not proof, right? It's not proof. It's a letter that he has that says exactly what he said that he said. Some could consider it proof if you believe the letter is real, right? Which I do. I believe that the letter is real. I choose to. But then there's people that see this text message and they'll take that as proof, even though it's not proving anything of what she said. That's my thing. And for the person that's telling me that I got moderators in here that's disagreeing with everything that I say, I understand that. That's okay. That's my peoples. Like all of you guys are my peoples. Whether you agree with me or you disagree with me, that's okay. And that's what we accept over here on this page. Like, you don't have to agree with everything that I say. I'm not going to agree with everything that you say, but at the end of the day, it's all love. You know what I'm saying? We're supposed to have thoughts. We're supposed to think and be able to communicate with each other and not hate each other. We promote that over here on this page. So shout out to my moderators, because even if they do disagree with me, they're still dope. So they just happen to be bigger Candace fans, I take it. Y'all are bigger Candace fans, but that's okay. But yeah, man, that's not, to me, that's just not proof, guys.
And the whole $2 million thing of losing a lot of money, you know, his executive producer, Andrew, already verified that. So that's not really a thing.
So right here, you say, so the Tyler texts are not proof either then. Well, that's where I got to disagree. Okay, because the Tyler texts are pinpointed, right? Through geolocation, they got when he texted, where he texted from, where he was at. It's showing that we know where this dude was. We know what he was saying. And that's how they got the text, from transcripts that came from the actual servers. You know what I'm saying? This is just a screenshot that I can literally recreate. I can recreate that with my phone. So that's not proof. There's nothing to back that up other than I have a screenshot. That's the difference. And then people are challenging the FBI, and they're saying, well, then the FBI could be lying about this. Listen, you're right. It's a possibility that everybody's lying, right? There's a big possibility, but there's a way that we go about proving if something is real or identifying something that shows all of these things. And the thing is that what people are forgetting, the FBI has not released the official report. His parents have yet to speak out. There is an ongoing investigation, and there is a trial that is set. That's gonna, I don't know if they got a trial date set, but they are going to set a trial date. And in that, you're going to see all the information, everything that people are questioning right now. You're going to see that come out in the trial. That's when you're going to see it all come out. All the evidence, everything that the FBI has compiled against this dude that leads, is trying to lead the court to believe that he is guilty, which I believe he is, based off of the little bit that we do have, right? So again, we got to wait. We just got to wait.
But don't forget that she talked about the letter to Netanyahu, that she alleged all sorts of stuff in that letter that simply wasn't there. How do we know? Netanyahu released the letter. She never said, you know what, I got the letter wrong. And then that whole meeting in the Hamptons, she said it was at somebody's house. That person, Ackman, came out and said, it wasn't at my house. It was at this other place over here. And here's a release of all of my messages with Charlie Kirk. Did she ever apologize about that? I've got no beef with Candace Owens. I've got a beef with people who are not journalistic, who then claim to be a journalist. And the whole changing cameras and looking off to the side and saying, weird, it's so weird, it's so weird. You have to understand, she literally is making this about her and coming back to TPUSA, which he never says if that group text is real. Let's say it's real. It might not be. She didn't prove that it is, but let's say it's real.
Exactly.
He never says anything like that. He says, I'm thinking about inviting Candace, not back into leadership, not back into touring with us, probably to go and speak. And if you just do a quick Google, and I don't use Google, but if you do a quick search, you'll see that Candace Owens did speak in 2024. And you saw that Tucker Carlson did speak very recently. You saw that Tucker Carlson did speak at Charlie's memorial. Why didn't Candace speak there? Why didn't that happen? And why is she doing this to his widow and his kids? I don't understand. If it's not for self-aggrandizement, which it has to be, she claimed he said something he didn't say. Even if that text message is true, he didn't say what she said. Why is she doing it otherwise? I just don't understand. And I'm going to keep on calling her out until she shows the actual receipts. Now, she says in that video that Josh Hammer is one of the people in that text exchange. I can ask Josh. I've had him on the show a couple of times. Let me be as clear as I can. I'm a Christian. I'm not in the bag for Judaism. I certainly believe that Israel was where the chosen people were supposed to go. It's the promised land to those people.
All right, we could cut it there. He goes off talking about Israel on that part, but let me answer some of your questions real quick. Say, how do you go from being a J6er and against the FBI to believing everything they are saying? You don't think that they have falsified evidence to frame people? I never said that I believe everything that the FBI says. I said, when it comes to this case, what they're talking about with this, I believe them. Why do I believe them? Because you got Dan Bongino and Cash Patel that are up there. That's why it's a more credible FBI to me. Um, and you say, how do I go from being a J6er to against the FBI? I wasn't against the FBI as a J6er. I was against what they was doing. But again, I don't like to make broad statements like that. I don't know everybody in the FBI. I'm assuming that there's good FBI agents and bad FBI agents because there are good people and there are bad people. The two people that are running the FBI right now, I'm all right with. So, and I don't have a reason to doubt them, especially when Kash Patel comes out forthcoming about everything that he finds. Even if he messes up, he'll say, hey, my bad. You know what I'm saying? This was wrong information. I spoke a little quick, but I don't regret it because I'm trying to give the information to the people when I get it. And that's transparency. And I'm cool with that. You know, so yeah. And the bigger reason is, how do I go from being a J6er to being how I am today? Well, that's an easy answer. I keep on trying to sharpen myself up, man, with this word. That's all. I keep on trying my best just to be a good believer. I'm not trying to be the best J6er. I'm not trying to be the best investigator. I'm not trying to be none. I'm trying to be the best believer that I could be. Believer in Christ, follower of Christ. That's all. And then somebody else said, do I believe that Charlie Kirk stopped a 30-06 with his neck? I believe it's possible. I believe that it is possible. I don't know. I'm still waiting on I'm still waiting on all the reports to come out of how everything went down. You know what I'm saying? I'm sure we'll get our answers soon enough. Was there another question on here? Cash is showing me. Dang, that's how you feel? Say Cash has shown me he is incredible, which I was so excited for him running the FBI. Oh, Kash Patel. I thought you were talking about me. D, I said, dang, that hurts my feelings. Nah, you all right. I feel you. I mean, but we just got to wait it out, man. Kash Patel, I feel he's doing a decent job. He's doing better than any other FBI director did. He's pretty quick with talking to the people and doing interviews and all of that. So, you know. That's true. He covers me. What'd you say? Kash Patel, not you. I was like, oh, that one hurt because I love D. No, you're good. You're good. But no, man, I think that the situation's crazy, right? It's crazy. But here's my biggest thing, right? Again, I'm gonna say it. Candace says that, number one, that she's a believer, right? That she got Christ. And I'm a believer. So I feel it my duty, and it should be all of our duty, right? That when somebody within the body is stepping out of line and doing things that isn't promoting, what we supposed to be promoting while we're here on this plane of existence, right? You gotta call it out. And it gets real hateful, bro. Like, and I get it. People say, why would she need to do any of this? She's a successful businesswoman. She's rich, and that's all good and well. But for me, from the outside looking in, the reason why you would need to do something like this isn't because you want more followers or anything like that. It's to keep them checks rolling in, man. If anybody understands how social media works, it's all about engagement. It's all about retention rating. That's how you get a bigger check every month from social media. Engagement and retention rating. Meaning, if I could get a bunch of people to click on my video and then stay on my video and then comment on my video, I get paid. So how do I keep their attention? How do I get them to click? Well, you use a thumbnail that says something extravagant that makes people want to click on it. Just looks good, and that's why you see all these crazy thumbnails that you see that make you click on a video, but then when you get there, you might turn away because you're like, man, this isn't even matching what dude say he's going to talk about in the video. I wanted to see so then you click off. Well, then that lowers your retention. It's easy. You're not going to get pushed in the algorithm, right? But when you got a thumbnail that says the smoking gun of the killer of Charlie Kirk, I could prove that it was false, all these things. Well, now you have to keep your audience's attention because they're going to click on that video. And then boom, now you go into this deep hole, when it's a conspiracy video, which is really what is pushed these days, as far as I'm concerned, through Candace. And then people will make the argument and say, no, she's just asking questions. Look, If it was just her asking questions, then hey, cool. You know what I'm saying? But it's not. It's literally making claims. That's all I'm saying. It's making claims, but not providing any real proof, any real receipts. I guess most of her audience believes that receipts are screenshots, unverified screenshots without names, only the name of Charlie Kirk, no other names. You can name a name, you know, Josh Hammer or whoever, you know, she throws out there, and then they could come out and say, yeah, we were part of that text chain. But again, if this whole thing was about you putting the people on blast that you feel took the life of your friend or had something to do with it, why not just release everything? Because it goes into ratings. It goes into how big is my check going to be? How can I keep the people hanging on, leave them on a cliffhanger and excited for the next time that I go live or the next time that I drop a video that they're going to want to click on it? It's simple. I know because I was real good at it in 2020. You know what I'm saying? And because I don't do the same type of content that I used to do, it's just I don't do that no more. It's not about getting you to click on my video. That's why I don't spend a lot of time on thumbnails. I don't spend time on thumbnails. I don't spend time on creating a caption and a description that makes people be like, oh, I want to see what Cash is talking about. No, the people that show up, the people that are here, those are the people that are here. That's the ones that God gave me. He said, hey, that's for you. And I'm all right with that. And it's not to bash nobody, not trying to bash Candace at all. I'm trying to call Candace away from what she's doing, bro, because it's not helpful to anybody, to anything. Because all you're doing is leading people to have questions about things that don't even matter. It doesn't matter. And then more importantly, you're leading people to try to hate Israel. And there's a lot of people doing that. So much so that now regular citizens, everyday people are joining in on that. And they have a negative view about a nation that, you know, it's like, what, the size of like Rhode Island or something. You know what I'm saying? And then when somebody does question, you know, like somebody that has real questions, like I got real questions about some things with Israel, right? And then if I ask them questions, now all of a sudden I got to be an anti-Semite because now you got people that are following these other people and they're saying, oh, you know, Cash is now being anti-Semitic because he's asking a question about Israel. And then on the flip side, if I say, yo, you guys shouldn't say that about Israel because that's not true and it's verifiably not true. Now you got people on the other side that are saying, oh, you're paid $7,000. So there's no middle ground no more for normal, regular people that just have an opinion about some things. And that's where we're at. You got people radicalized. The right, right? The extreme right has now become as bad as the extreme left. That's where we are. And this is my thought. The same way that the left was infiltrated by these people that fundamentally they want to destroy America. They want to see America fall, right? That's what happened to the left and leftist movements and all that. People infiltrated that really don't care about the left or the right. They just want to see America fall. They want to see people at odds with each other. That's the same thing we're seeing happen on the extreme right. People are infiltrating and literally creating a mob mentality in the minds of people and influencers and viewers that are so extreme that you can't even recognize them as the right of 8 years ago. It's two extremes now. And then people like myself that are more, I guess I'm more centrist line. We just look like we're the line has been drawn in the sand and we ain't picking a side. No, it's just, we just stand on common sense. I don't hate the left. I don't hate the right. I don't hate anybody. I don't like division, unnecessary division. I don't think that I should be divided from somebody because of their belief. I don't think that a person that is a Candace Owens fan should hate me for questioning Candace Owens. I don't think somebody that is an Israel fan should hate me for questioning Israel. I don't, on either, any way you want to push any of this, you shouldn't hate nobody for anything. But it's okay to ask questions and call people out. That's all. That's all I'm saying. You know? Let me see. Say, I don't hate Israel. I don't hate Palestine. I'm disappointed with the ones led astray by their governments. Yeah, but that's all of us. That's every single one of us because, and this is where I'm at with it. This is why you see my approach changing a lot. It's because I realized something, y'all. I realized something as I read my Bible. Right? Not to turn this into no sermon, but I realized something when I'm in my Bible and I'm spending time with God, that this whole world this whole world, right, is going to fall into a delusion. Satan, whether or not you want to believe you're religious or not religious, whatever, bro, Satan has infiltrated every single thing. So yeah, you could say, well, it says in the Bible that God puts leaders in authority. That's true. He allowed King Saul to become the king over the Israelites when the Israelites was like, yo, we want to be like the rest of the nations. We want a king. God said, okay, you want a king? I got you. I'm going to give you one. And he gave him a king that they wish they didn't have. After they got King Saul, they wished it, and it was for God to teach them a lesson. You know what I'm saying? So just because God puts a ruler in place doesn't mean that's to bless you. Some of these rulers were put in place to teach a lesson. Some of these people that are in the high positions in our world were put there to teach you a lesson. Some to bless you, some not so much. But the only way that you stand firm and walk a right way is to, and have discernment, is to stand your word, which is why I'm not attacking Candace now, which is why I'm not doing another Mandis show. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying my best to walk right and be like, look, man, at the end of the day, y'all, you gotta lean on God. You got to, because he said that had he not shortened up the days, that even the very elect would have been lost, man. They would have been susceptible, right, to being deceived, and that everybody's going to be deceived. And here we are, not knowing which way is what. Do I believe Candace Owens? Do I believe the people who are against Candace Owens? Do I believe the Republicans? Do I believe the Democrats? How about believe Christ? Believe God. How about that? That way you're not going to fall into error on either way. On either way, you ain't going to fall into error. We are a part of the world. He called us. He said, yeah, you're in the world, but don't be of the world. So I'm not going to partake any more than I already have, right? I'm not going to partake in the pushing conspiracy theories. I'm just not going to do it on either side. I'm just going to take this word as face value. It says, look, to be careful, to do not conform to the patterns of this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind. I'm renewing my mind and not falling into the pattern of this world, which is now falling into believing conspiracy theories and hating my brothers and sisters who are supposed to be in the body of Christ like I am, and unfollowing them and hating them and talking. No, we can't do that. How are we supposed to? He said to be on guard. He said he come like a thief in the night. You're not gonna know. You're not gonna know. He said you better pray that when he do come, that he finds you doing the right thing. If you find you only doing the wrong thing, then man, you missed the boat. You missed the boat. So it's my prayer that everybody, if you don't miss the boat, you know what I'm saying? It's my prayer that, look, we don't let this take us into time's up, Cash Me Out. Thank you. I pray that this stuff, this politics and conspiracy theories don't let you fall into a hole that takes you away from being what God called you to be. You know what I'm saying? And how God called you to be. I don't know if Candace Owens is right. I don't know if Candace Owens is wrong. I don't know if the FBI is lying. I don't know if the FBI is telling the truth. I don't know. I couldn't tell you. I don't know. Personally, in my belief, I've stated, you know what I'm saying, what I believe. But it doesn't matter, because my beliefs about all of these situations does not affect my salvation, does not affect your salvation, doesn't help you get closer to God. It doesn't help you get closer to truth, real truth. So if you're allowing that to distract your mind or divide your mind away from what's right, I just challenge you to get back on board, man. Get back on board if you're a believer. And that's really all I got. That's really all I got, man. You know, so I hope that nobody's offended. And you see, y'all thought I was going to come on here and bash Candace, didn't you? I knew you did. I know you did. I'm trying to stay true to what I told you, man. I'm trying to stay true, but I don't feel that I owe Candace an apology for my questions, for any of it, because again, she says she's a part of the body. Sis, act accordingly. That's all. Act accordingly. That's all I got. I hope y'all have a great day. God bless you. I got to get some, I got to film right now. So I got to film and I got to finish editing and all this stuff. But I'm going to film today. I got to create some reels for social media, right? I got an engagement farm. That's what it is. I got an engagement farm right now. So I got to go ahead and create some reels to keep you entertained. All right. I hope y'all have a good day, man. God bless y'all. Unite. Don't fight. Be a street light. It's only you can be the change you wish to see in this world. And when you get too stressed out, you got to remember to pray, America, because without God, everything falls apart. Candace Owens, praying for you, sis. And yeah, everybody, I'm praying for everybody, man. Whole world, everybody. We all need to come to Christ. That's it.